What is up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nude'Tude if you are new. Thanks so much for clicking my video. Today we are doing this really easy, really fun, one and done spring eyeshadow look. It is the first day of spring today, so I was inspired by the sunshine to do a beautiful little halo sunshine eye look. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It would help me out so much. And also come follow me on Instagram at Nude'Tude. There's a lot more beauty content on there as well. So I would really appreciate it and enjoy the video. Gonna get started. I'm gonna start with foundation. I'm gonna do foundation today. I'm just in the mood for it because sometimes I just skip it altogether. So I'm gonna use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is in the shade 5.75. And I have a little bit of fake tan on too, so this should match me pretty good because sometimes it's a little dicey. I'm like, ooh, this is kind of dark, but today it should be okay. And I'm gonna use a sponge for this. I have a little bit of facial oil on underneath my foundation because it's like midday right now and my morning skincare routine has worn off. So I just did a little bit of facial oil. I love oil under foundation. I think it adds like a really luminous glow, especially if your foundation like this one is a little bit more on the satiny side. Not necessarily matte, but you just want to give it a little bit more life than it has. Just throw on a facial oil underneath. I use the Ordinary Squalene and it's great. For concealer, I'm going to use my absolute favorite, the RMS Uncover Up. It's what I use every day. And I try to mix it up on here and use different ones, but genuinely, I just love this concealer so much. It's like skin. So if you haven't tried it, it's my probably #1 favorite all-time beauty product. So check it out if you haven't already checked it out. And I'm just gonna put a little bit under my eyes to brighten up. Not a ton because I already have foundation on. I'm not a huge fan of like feeling like you're obligated to wear all of this base makeup. If you don't need it, you don't need it, you know? And then I'm just gonna take a little bit over here where I have some pigmentation and blend that in slightly with my favorite brush, the Morphe E8. Favorite concealer brush. For the brows, I'm gonna do my soap brows. Just feeling like a really bushy brow today. I have a whole video dedicated to this technique, which I'll link up here. So I'm not gonna go too much into detail about it, but this is one of my favorite brow routines. I have a couple. This is definitely the one that takes like the longest to do. Normally I just use a brow gel, but it looks, the payoff is there because you spend so much time doing it. It's worth doing sometimes. For bronzer, I'm going to use one of my absolute favorite products. I haven't used it in a while because I have been using my Danessa Myricks Balm Contour, which is like a matte cream contour, even though it's balmy and just a really beautiful formula. But I'm going to use the Tower 28 Bronzino today. And this is like JLo skin in a bottle. It bronzes, it highlights, it sculpts. It is one of the best products I've ever used. I'm obsessed with it. So I'm going to dot this on the perimeter of my face. And then I'm gonna do some on my nose and my chin as well. And I'm kind of pulling it in to my cheeks as well. I am gonna do blush, but with bronzers like this that are on the more reddish side, I like to bring them in because they mimic this real tan. And you wouldn't just normally tan on the sides of your face here. That's more for like a contour, which is creating a shadow. This, I'm just trying to mimic a tan that I definitely do not have. So that's just like a little tip I would give you if you're using a more red bronzer. You can bring it in closer to the cheeks as well. I'm drinking coffee. I never drink coffee. If you know me, I don't really drink caffeine because it just screws up my whole body, but we just got an espresso. It's like my favorite thing ever. So I got the decaf version. I'm so obsessed that I bought glass mugs so I can see it in action. That's how obsessed I am with this espresso. But if you have one, let me know down below how much you love your espresso because I know everybody loves it that has it. Okay. back to the eyes, or let's start the eyes rather. I'm gonna use my ColourPop iluvsarahii palette, and I'm gonna do kind of a one and done shadow look that's really bright and fun. I've been seeing a lot of people do really pastel colors, but just one color shadow, and I think it's beautiful because it's very realistic to what people actually will just be doing at home if they want to add some color to their makeup look. Because I don't think people are actually going to sit there and spend like hours blending out shadow, even though that's obviously so amazing and I love doing that. I don't know that it's that realistic. I'm going to use mostly this color Wild Soul right here, which is like a mustardy yellow. Yellow and orange are like two of my absolute favorite colors ever. So I think I'm gonna do that. And also today's the first day of spring, so I think it'd be really cute to have like a bright eye, and it's a beautiful day. So just mimicking what's going on in front of me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this flat kind of packing brush. This is from Fenty. It is the 200 eyeshadow brush. And I'm gonna start to, let me just take off any product I might have on my eyelids. I'm just gonna start packing this on in a very natural shape. I'm not gonna try and create a different shape than my eye, rather. I'm just gonna kind of mimic what I already have on. What I already have my eye. So I'm just kind of feeling the socket and blending in the crease first so I get the shape that I want, which is just the shape of my eye. So mimic your own socket to do this type of look. And just by doing these kind of like light stippling motions, it will ultimately diffuse the edges for you because you're kind of pushing the product outwards and it's blending for you as you go. And I'm just adding more color as I go to see the level of pigmentation that I want. Because I really want it to be like this, like a heavy, beautiful, opaque color. And these colors just make me so happy. Like, I just love bright colors. So here it is on both eyes. It's just kind of like this halo of this orangey. It almost looks like an egg yolk, but I'm here for it because I love me some eggs too. I just swatched this color as well. It's in this palette that I've never used. It's called Muse. It's this one here. I think I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner. That might be a fun little transition because I love the all matte, but I feel like we need something else. So I'm just gonna take my finger and pop this on the inner corner. And it's not your like typical inner corner color that's like a champagne color or a more gold. It's an actual like base color of orange. So I think this will be really cool. Adds a little sparkle. We always need a little sparkle, just a little bit. Eyes are done. They're super simple, but they're so cute and so easy for spring. It's just a one and done shadow, but it's not your typical brown. It's something fun for spring, and I love the way this looks. Also, by the way, I've done so many eyeshadow looks with just this one palette. You do not need to have 8,000 eyeshadow palettes to do fun things. That is a big part of this channel, is showcasing creativity without having to use a new product every time you do makeup, because it's just not realistic for people. You don't have an influencer cabinet or closet worth of makeup. Everyone just has like their core stuff that works for them. So if you just get a palette like this that has, you know, really fun colors that you know that you're gonna wear, plus ColourPop is so affordable. You know, I always want to showcase that and being creative with using what you have. Always. So that's my little spiel on that. For blush, I'm gonna use this NYX blush. It's a cream blush, but it's cool. It's almost like a liquid lipstick. It's a matte formula. It dries down pretty powdery, but it's beautiful. So instead of dotting it on, I don't wanna move around what I already have. I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand and pick that up with my brush. And this color is Nude'Tude. It's a very, neutral nudie color, so it's great for any look. So I'm just gonna stipple this on across the bronzer that I had on. I don't need highlighter with this bronzer. I mean, you can see how glossy and glowy we already are, so I'm gonna skip highlight today. For the lips, I'm gonna use the M Cosmetics Velvet Blur Lip Liner, it's called. And this is in the color Mink. This is my new obsession. These lip liners are so good. They're so creamy. The title is what it does. Like, it definitely blurs your lip line. It's so smooth. I'm just loving this this company and this product. So I'm gonna outline my lips. And then I'm feeling a nude lip today. I normally just use gloss and call it a day. Lip liner and gloss and call it a day. That's so my vibe. But I haven't used any of my lipsticks or lip glosses in so long, and I'm totally neglecting them. So today I'm gonna use the, what is this? The Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit. It's called a liquid high shine lipstick. It's basically just like an opaque gloss, and this is in the color Send Nudes. It's a really pretty opaque nude gloss. This is the final look. It was super easy to do. One and done eyeshadow, super fun for spring, bright, easy, simple. That's what we love. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.